Hello everyone, Merciless Vaughn here, back with another Bleach Brave Souls video. And in this one, we're going to be going over the Limit Breaker quest for August. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, leave a like. If you're new to the channel and you've been here for a while, subscribe. And also, I just want to say thank you for helping me get to 400 subscribers. And for the ones that didn't subscribe, just thank you for watching the videos anyway. And the ones that did, thank you for helping me get there. Now I'm making my way to 450. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get started. So as you can see, this Limit Breaker quest will be available August 1st all the way to the 17th. You have a couple weeks to do it, but the sooner you get it done, the better. So take a look at the stages here. So for the slot 1 stages, we have the Power Attribute Damage times 2, Melee Damage times 2, Killer Effect times 5, and Paralysis. So this slot is basically for the new 1000-Year Blood War Soifon that released for the Part 2 banner. Pretty easy. Usually the first slot of the new Limit Breaker quests are like just kind of reserved for whatever new end of month banner character will be there. So for the second slot, it looks like we have Heart Attribute times 2, Range Attack Damage times 2, Killer Effect times 5, and the Burn status summon on the ground. And so it's going to be also Mind, no affiliation enemies. And so that's going to be for the second slot. Third slot here is going to be just Speed Hollows and Range Damage times 2. So any ranged hollow technique killer unit that's probably immune to the burn status element or immune to any status element would be helpful for this one. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. Some pretty simple stage rules. Let's go ahead and take a look at some characters you can use for this Limit Breaker quest. So just like with any other Limit Breaker quest, I mentioned that the first slot of any new Limit Breaker quest is reserved for like one of the new end of month banner characters, and for this one it is the Soifon here. I won't go into too much detail about this unit, but as you can see, she does have the Human Killer Plus, so this Human Killer Plus skill will be very great in there. So trait, strong attack, recharge time minus 14%. Melee unit, paralysis and weakening on all of her attacks except for SA2. It is a boost, and she does have an EX move. She has an enemies defeated mechanic. You can see the bonuses there. Most notable skills: at full stem, she does reduce strong attack cooldown by 6%. Berserker and Devastation are at 60%. She has a base full stamina damage boost of 20% built into her kit, so that's great. She is immune to paralysis status element, so you won't have to worry about that. And she does have the increased status element chance against humans, so you'll be proccing your status elements a lot more. Enhancer, booster, and the spiritual pressure boost. So yeah, this is probably going to be the best in the slot characters for just the first, stage 1 stages for the Limit Breaker quest here. If you don't have the Soifon, you can use this Mashiro. If you have her, her soul trait is a Super Link Slot Potions plus 5. She is also a melee unit with paralysis on her attack. She is also immune to the paralysis status element, so you don't have to worry about that. Her Devastation and Berserker are at 40%. She does have the reduced strong attack cooldown minus 12% skill. Havoc 20%, Frenzy plus 2. She has the increased status element chance against technique attribute enemies, damage to paralyzed enemies 40%. And, increased power attribute, so Reaper damage to status element affected enemies 40%. So if you don't have the Soifon, this is another good unit that you can use here. She is immune to the status element. She does increase damage to paralyzed enemies. Increased status chance as well is also pretty helpful too. Here's another unit that you can use, the E-Burn. His soul trait is the Technique Link Slot Potions plus 5. He's a ranged unit, so you won't get the bonus melee damage, unfortunately. He has Lacerate on his attacks. He has Guard Break plus hit enemies and Havoc 20%. His Berserker is at 40%. His Devastation is 60%. He does have to reduce strong attack cooldown time minus 12%. Frenzy plus 2, which is pretty good. Increased power attribute character special move damage 30%, which is really good. And damage lacerated enemies 60%. So here's another viable option for this Limit Breaker quest if you don't have the Soifon or the Mashiro, though you will have to watch out for the paralysis pulls on the ground. He's not immune to any status element, it looks like, and you won't get the bonus melee damage, unfortunately, either. We also have the Swimsuit Riruka here. Her soul trait is the damage inflicted at full stamp plus 30%. She is a ranged unit with drain on all of her attacks. She has the revive mechanic on her soul bomb. She does have drained on her SA3 because it is a charged healing attack. She has the medic skill, which is just basically going to increase the healing you're going to do. At full stamina only, she increases her strong attack damage by 40% and also reduces her strong attack cooldown by 6%. Berserker, Devastation are at 40%. Reduce strong attack cooldown 12%. Let's see. Havoc 20%. Her frenzy is only at +1. Defibrilate +2 seconds and guard break. So yeah, this is a pretty good option you can use. She's not immune to any status summit, so you will have to watch out for a paralysis pool. She's not a melee unit either, so you won't get the bonus melee damage, but you know, she could be, you know, just somewhat kind of a support unit. You know, you can use your soul bombs just in case you kind of die with one of your characters, and her SA3 will be able to heal you. That way you can heal yourself and the other characters in the party, just in case you do take hits and get that full stamina damage back. And that's pretty much it for the slot 1 units. And so, units that you can use for these second slot stages, one of them, and probably the best in slot 1, is the new Toshiro from the Part 2 banner of the 9th anniversary. He is a heart unit. Obviously, he does have 2 killer, but the one you're going to be needing is the no affiliation one. He has 2 soul traits, strong attack recharge time -12%, strong attack damage was 20%. He is a ranged unit, and he does have the EX move as well, and he has freeze on all of his attacks. Sharpshooter, his Berserker is high at 70%, Devastation 50%. He is immune to all status summons, so you don't have to worry about the one on the ground. Frenzy +2, Bombardment. He has an increased status chance against no affiliation enemies, and he also does increase heart attribute. So Reaper damage to status summon affected enemies 40%, damage to frozen enemies 100%, weakened defense, long stride, ND status summon, spiritual pressure boost. So yeah, this is probably the best in slot unit that you would want to use for the slot 2 stages. You don't have to worry about the status element, and you will be getting the bonus range damage as well, and he does have the EX move, which is, you know, good as well. Now, if you don't have the Toshiro, another option you can use is the Safui Kaname here. His soul trait is the strong attack recharge time -12%. He is a ranged unit, so you will get the bonus range damage here. He also does have drain, so you'll be able to stay at full stamina if you just so happen to get hit here. He doesn't have a Berserker, unfortunately. His devastation is at 40%. He is going to be increasing heart attribute character movement speed by 30%, so you're just basically going to be moving 30% faster. He does have frenzy +2. He does increase heart character strong attack damage by 20%, so you will be increasing your strong attack damage by 20%. He also does have guard break plus hit enemies. Yeah, this is kind of mainly a farming unit, but he does have some pretty good skills here that will be able to help him out in this limit breaker quest. So if you don't have Toshiro, this is a pretty decent option you can use. Now, another unit you can use is this Ichigo here, the 1000 Year Blood War 2022 version. A pretty old unit, but still pretty decent nowadays. He has the strong attack recharge time on his 14% soul trait. He's a melee unit, no status on it, so unfortunately you won't get the bonus melee, the bonus range damage, unfortunately. He does have the team/party stamina recovery skill, so he will help your party heal up. His devastation is at 60%. He doesn't have a Berserker. He has the share complete status immunity, so you don't have to worry about the status element on the ground. Frenzy +2, Havoc 20%. Since he doesn't have any status elements, he does have the increased damage to enemies not affected by an element 100%, which will help out this unit a lot. And he also does have Marauder, Sprinter +2, hit enemies plus the Pierce Iron Skin. So yeah, if you don't have any of the other options, you know, just that these are some pretty older units for the second slot for the IT if you don't have the Toshiro, but I think they'll still be able to help you out a lot. And that's pretty much it for the slot 2 units. So for the slot 3 limit breaker quest stages, the first unit we have up here is the Grimmy here. He has the Hollow Killer plus skill, so his Hollow Killer will be even stronger. 2 soul traits, strong attack damage 20%, and strong attack recharge time -12%. He is a ranged unit, so you will get the bonus range damage paralysis drained on his attacks, and he does have an EX move as well, which is great. He also does have a chance to dodge hollow enemies, which is really good. His Berserker is at 70%, which is very high. He is immune to all status elements, so you know you don't have to worry about the status element in there. He is increasing his strong attack damage by 20% himself and all other Quincy's. Frenzy +3 and Bombardment. He does have the increased status element chance against hollows and element reversal. And increased damage to status element affected enemies 30% for Quincy's, weakened defense, sharpshooter. Any status element spiritual pressure boosts 80%. So yeah, it seems like all the stages for the limit breaker quest are kind of catered towards the new anniversary characters. So if you have, you know, most of the anniversary characters and the ones needed for this Limit Breaker quest, you should be fine. But if you don't have Grimmy here, you can use this Ichigo here. He does have the Hollow Killer, Soul Trait is the Strong Attack, Recharge Time minus 12%. He is a ranged unit, so you will get the bonus range damage, Weakening and Drain, some great status elements there. Sprinter plus 2, Havoc 20%, and a base full stamina damage boost of 20% in the innate skills here. He also does reduces the Strong Attack cooldown by 20% every time you move in between stages, which is good. His Berserker and Devastation are pretty low at 40%. Frenzy plus 2, he has the increased status element chance against speed attribute enemies. He also is going to be increasing Technique character strong attack damage by 20%, Sharpshooter, and the status element spiritual pressure boost here. So, yeah, the only thing is you will have to be aware of the status elements on the ground, but still a pretty good option if you don't have the Toshiro, or excuse me, not Toshiro, Grimmy. Up next, we have some pretty older units here. A Safri, Roka here. Her Soul Trait is the strong attack recharge time minus 12%. She's a ranged unit, so you will get the bonus melee damage, weakening status element, and she does have a revive mechanic on her Soul Bomb here. She does recover stamina in between stages, which is great. At full stamina only, she increases her strong attack damage by 40%. Berserker and Devastation are at 40%. She is immune to all status elements, so you don't have to worry about the status element. Frenzy is only at +1. Like I said, this is an older unit here. Sprinter plus 2, Sharpshooter, and the status element spiritual pressure boost 80%. So, yeah, this is a pretty decent option you can use. She is older, and, you know, Safri benders don't come around all too often, so you might not have a lot of dupes of her. But, yeah, I mean, you will get the bonus range damage, and, you know, you are immune to the status elements. And she does have that heal, which is pretty good. And so now we have an even older unit, is the Spirits Are Forever with you Retsu here. She's a strong attack recharge time minus 12% is her soul trait. Melee unit, so you won't get the bonus range damage, unfortunately. Drain, weakening on her status element on her attacks, except her SA3. It is a charged heal. She has a medic shield, which is just basically going to increase the amount of healing her SA3 does, and at full stamina only, she reduces her strong attacks cooldown by 6%. Berserker is low at 20%, Devastation is low at 40%. She does have a base full stamina damage boost of 20% right here. Frenzy plus 2, weaken defense, and Marauder. Oh yeah, just a really, really old unit, but if you have her and you don't have any of the other units previously mentioned before her, you know, I think she's still a pretty decent option. Alright, so here we are back at the Limit Breaker quest menu. We took a look at some characters that you can use. We looked at the best in slot ones and some substitute ones. I'm going to go ahead and make my team to see what I can come up with and see how far I can go in this Limit Breaker quest. Alright, so here I made my team for this Limit Breaker quest. I am going to be using the new Soifon here. This is the build. Knowing me, I'm pretty sure this video is going to go out before their showcases, so I guess this is a spoiler alert for their build. Yeah, T-Set, Fortification Pill, Lieutenant's Badge, Strong Attack Reduction, Full Stamina Damage Boost Links. And here she is, Max Transcendent, 5 out of 5. Bonus abilities, Full Stamina Damage Boost. And I just gave her the plus 200 SP there. And same thing for the Toshiro. I haven't even really recorded his showcase yet, but I know the Soifon's showcase should be here probably today or tomorrow, sometime soon. T-Set, Fortification Pill, Lieutenant's Badge, Strong Attack Reduction, Full Stamina Damage Boost Links. And here's his build, only 1 out of 5. Full Stamina Damage Boost and the plus 200 SP. And we have the Grimmy here. This is basically a 9th anniversary lineup for this Limit Breaker quest. Cape Fastener, Fortification Pill, Quincy Cross, Strong Attack Reduction, Full Stamina Damage Boost Links. He is 2 out of 5. Full Stamina Damage Boost, bonus ability, and also the plus 200 SP. So let's go ahead and start this Limit Breaker quest to see how far we can go. Yeah, so, we shouldn't have too much of a problem with this Limit Breaker quest. I mean, yeah, you definitely want to use the EX move as soon as possible just so you can get it back. And this is actually my first time using the Toshiro, like I mentioned earlier. This video is probably gonna go out before I even the showcase videos are out. So, well, actually, Grimmy's was part 1, so his showcase is already out. So far, so good. Don't have to worry about the status elements because she is immune. And we have all of her enemies defeated mechanics here. I'm pretty sure we'll start slowing down once we get to those bosses here. But the human, well, their killer plus skills should help out that a lot more. Don't know when we'll see them though. Maybe we'll probably see them in this stage. We took a... See, this is why I don't like human. Look at that. That's ridiculous. See all those attacks they did in that quick succession? And just look, we lost our fullest down. Yeah. This is why I really can't stand these enemies. They did all those attacks. And they even gave them lacerate. Like, for what reason? Yeah, this unit not having guard break is still irritating. Gotta be careful not to lose that full stem since we're running into those tanky enemies. See, that, what did I just say? And I lost full stem already. It's best to move. It's best to use your EX move as soon as you just can. Like, just go ahead, jump in here and get it so you can get it back as soon as possible. That is an entire 60-second cooldown. Since these enemies are frozen, we do have the 100% damage to frozen enemies, which is good. We are about to get our EX move back again. I'll just use it the first thing when I come back next time. I don't want to use it here on this one enemy. There we go, move in between the stage, and we have our full down back. Great. And it doesn't look like the EX move is going down if you're not, like, using the character. That's what it seems like. So if we go back to Grimmy, will his EX move be, like, back at, what was it, 26%? We'll see. Oh, we're back. We just rotated now. So I think we just like rotated the limit breaker stages. So those were all the stages I'm pretty sure we just finished. Yeah, because these enemies are dying a lot faster now. I need to move a bit faster too. Yeah, so your EX move will not continue to go on cooldown if you're not using the character itself. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now, since we do have this new EX move, I'm pretty sure we're going to get a character that's going to, like, you know, be able to decrease the EX move cooldown. It's only a matter of time. Just like when the gauge was first introduced during the 7th anniversary, we got a character that will, like, increases the amount of... This is called the gauge rampage skill. You can just increase the amount of gauge you get per enemy defeated. I can't remember what was the first unit that had that, though. I can't remember who it was that had the gauge rampage skill. But yeah, it's only a matter of time till we get like a unit like that. That was my own fault. I should have just stayed back. Yeah, we're gonna waste too much time here with these enemies. Obviously, if you're going to be using this limit breaker plus, you're probably going to be playing a lot better than me here. Yeah, these human enemies are just pretty much my weakness. I shouldn't have took that. See, I shouldn't have took that many hits in the first place. So this is probably it, since I took too long on these stages here. But the other stages were no problem, really. Post row stages and Grimmy stages were pretty much easy. Alright, so yeah, that was pretty much this limit break request. I'll go ahead and get the quarters here. I completed 16 out of the 26 stages of this limit break quest. So if you have these all of these anniversary units, you'll probably play a lot better than I did. I just kind of got hit on those human stages, and that kind of slowed down my runs a bit. But other than that, yeah, I did pretty well. And yeah, that's going to be it for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and thank you for watching. As usual, until next time.